So starting,
Okay,
and there you go, your host. Bye.
good. Thank you. Hi, folks. Is it? It is. I have 6:31. So let's open this meeting of the Ashburnham Conservation Commission in accordance with the State Wetlands Protection Act and the Ashburnham Wetlands Protection Bylaw. Before we get to the first public hearing, before I forget, I want to have us consider a vote on the past meeting minutes for December 14th and January 11th, which I sent copies of to all parties. So if there are no comments, I will make a motion to approve the meeting minutes of December 14th, 2020 and January 11th, 2021.
And how about you go ahead and second tonight, and I'll do the minutes, and that way we'll just flow right through here. So,
Okay, fair enough. That's a team. Second.
Awesome. All right, all in favor? Marshall Dennis, aye.
Chris Bocconi, aye.
Ann O'Connor, aye.
All right, terrific. So that takes care of the minutes, which I can send to Rich and have him post, and we will be radically up to date.
Marshall, could you just repeat the dates on those minutes for
The
our
dates
minutes?
were December 14th, 2020,
And
and
January.
January 11th, 2021.
Thanks.
Good. So, the first order of business is a public hearing for on a request for determination for 5 Starge Road. Proposed work is the installation of a replacement septic tank and pump system within the buffer zone of Starge Meadow Pond. Is anybody here? Oh, yes.
Yes, I am the engineer. My name is Shelley Heltgren from Quinn Engineering.
Hi, Shelley.
Hi there.
As you probably know, then I've been emailing back and forth with Kevin
Yes,
Quinn.
Yes.
Regarding the application, and you know, again, based on my review, as I told him in the emails, that you know, I don't see an issue from the commission standpoint. I mean, the plans indicate the erosion controls in you know, proper locations. But I did point out to him that, you know, as fate would have it,
of course.
so some of the locations where work is to be done is within, you know, state listed rare species habitat.
Yes, yes. And I apologize. That was an oversight on our part because the original design plan was only intended to replace the leach field itself and expand the leach field itself.
Okay.
And then the client opted to replace the tanks, and the tanks are what is within the regulated area.
Yeah, it's I mean, I have no idea why. And most of the lakes that are listed as priority habitats or whatever are because of, you know, common loons. I don't see them making their way up onto your
Right
property.
onto his roof.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Given that they can't walk on land anyway. So, but whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know, have others been able to review the plan or have any comments there related there too? No?
I
Okay.
thought we got the email that this would be postponed because of the natural heritage stuff. So I didn't look that
Exactly,
carefully. I
yeah,
thought we would do
yeah.
it next meeting.
No, I'm opening the public hearing just because that's the way it was advertised.
Yeah, I had a quick look at the plan
And-
when I thought it
and-
was going to be
and-
tonight, but
Right,
I thought we
and
weren't.
so no, you're right. I mean, we can't close the hearing, but I mean, other than the Natural Heritage Program issue, I
I
don't
didn't-
see any
Right.
problems.
Yeah, it was just a tank replacement, right? It's
It's a
And
tank
and-
pump chamber replacement, in addition to a leach field replacement. Yes, but
But
the
the-
tank
but the
pump
leach-
chamber,
the
Yeah.
leach field was well outside our jurisdiction, if I recall.
Right.
It was just the tank. So
correct,
Yeah.
well outside. Yeah.
Chris, do you have Shelley's name in the
Yeah,
minutes?
it's in the minutes. This Zoom is great because it has everybody's name on my screen. So
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Just for the record. Yeah, so Shelley, I think that, and Kevin requested a continuation via email to me.
Yes, please. Yep.
So we'll do that. The Natural Heritage Program being what they are, I don't expect, I don't, has he submitted the request to Natural Heritage yet?
No, we have not, but I know what you're alluding to is that we may not have an answer from them or a decision from them prior to the next meeting, but I guess just to err on the side of caution, we will ask that it be the March hearing, and if we have to request another continuance, then we will have to.
All right, then let's continue it till, so as you don't have to, show up 2 weeks from now.
Right.
Let's just continue it to March 8th
Okay, thank you.
at 6:30,
Okay,
6:35, whatever.
yes,
And, if you do get a response and can email it to me, I can't imagine there's an issue, but who knows?
okay, absolutely. Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you.
Okay, so in that case, make a motion to continue the hearing for 5 Stars Drive.
Second,
All those in favor? Marshall Dennis, aye.
Chris Bocconi, aye.
Ann O'Connor, aye.
All right, so it is continued until March 8th at 6:30.
Great. Thank you very much, everyone.
Kelly, you're welcome.
All right, have a good night.
You too. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, well. We're cruising now. All right, the next one is open the public hearing for 33 Hay Road. Which is for the applicant Nate Lambert is filing for an application addition to a garage within the buffer zone of BVW. Anybody here to represent or speak to this issue? I guess not. It's probably because as I don't know if you folks heard, but they did not notify abutters as required, so they may just have assumed that we were going to open but yet continue the hearing. So I think we should consider the hearing opened and duly continued until February 22nd at 6:45. I'll make a motion to continue that, the 33 Hay Road hearing until, as I just said, February 22nd at 6:45.
Second,
All in favor, Marshall Dennis, aye.
Chris Bocconi, aye.
Ann O'Connor, aye.
There you go. Okay. So, other business, we have a request for an extension from Solitude Lake Management for the order of conditions issued to Far Hills Association for Sunset Lake.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman.
Hi.
Yeah, hi, this is Fred Sellers. I'm the environmental director. Our consultant, Dominic, is trying to get into the meeting right now. It says that they're waiting to be let in. Is there somebody that needs to
Oh,
let him into
geez.
the meeting?
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I just said admit.
There he is.
There he is. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey folks, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, Dominic from Maringolo here from Solitude Lake Management.
Hey, there he is. How you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
Good, thanks.
Excellent, excellent.
All right, so you're requesting an extension.
Yes.
My records indicate that the current order is going to expire on May 9th or thereabouts.
Yes, I believe that's right. And it was originally issued in 2011. So it's
Yeah.
about 9 years old. But we've been, it's been a very successful program. It hasn't, it's been essentially a similar program with, pre and post surveys, typically one herbicide treatment, some water quality sampling in terms of clarity, temperature, dissolved oxygen sampling. We don't foresee any major changes to the program. And I know the association is very active and keeps people up to date on what's going on, and it's been very successful. So, we'd ask that the commission entertain us extending for another 3-year period.
Well, let me ask the other two members. As Dominic has stated, this was an order of conditions that was issued 10 to 11 years ago. And typically, seems like a long time. And given that, we've had revisions to the wetland protection bylaw and information submittal requirements added that relative to lake drawdowns and herbicide treatments. To let it go 14 years seems excessive.
Just to clarify, the latest order was issued in May 9th, 2011. So it's not quite 10 years.
Almost.
Yeah.
Yes.
Marshall, is there a separate order for the drawdown from this? This is just the chemical treatment, right? Or these,
No.
these are
No, this is
combined?
both. This is
It
combined.
was for both.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize we combined them even back in 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm right. That was, you guys had the bylaw before then, correctly? You just amended it since then?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's the plan was with other lakes too, is to try to bring the drawdowns and herbicide treatments into sync. It made no sense to have
Separate orders, yeah.
Yeah, it was not a,
Yeah.
not a, I mean, there's one or two lakes that don't do like drawdowns, for example, in which case it doesn't matter, but in this case, it made sense to consolidate them.
Sure.
So I don't know, what do you think? I mean, I'm willing to extend it for maybe a year or so, but 3 years, I think we're due for a new NOI under the new regulations. And, I think requiring a new order or a new NOI at this point, given that it expires in May, is a bit tight. So that's just my personal opinion.
Sure. I mean, the Wetlands Protection Act regulations haven't changed all that much. I know you
No.
folks usually like to update things, but yeah, I would certainly, it's again, I don't see a lot of changes to the program. There haven't been in many years. We have the milfoils on the run. We have treatment areas have shrank over the years. We have very little milfoil. We're treating that. We're treating a little bit of bladder wort where it becomes dense. But other than that, it's been definitely in more of a maintenance mode.
Yeah,
so it's been-
which is good. I think we would just like to establish kind of an up-to-date baseline. Again, given the application requirements that we have now. But this expires, if we all agree, May 9th. I'm willing to go to May 9th of next year, which means that you're free to do whatever you're going to do during this season. And then you've got, 4 months or whenever to come back to the commission with a new NOI.
Yeah. That certainly sounds like a good compromise. Certainly we were asking for 3 years, but it's certainly you're up to the commission in all respects. So I certainly defer to you on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that a year, we don't want you to have to rush around and all of a sudden prepare and financial, arrangements, et cetera,
I appreciate that. Yeah.
within the next couple of months. So that seems unrealistic. So I would then, per our discussion, make a motion to extend the both drawdown and herbicide treatment order of conditions for Sunset Lake until May 9th, 2022.
Second,
All in favor? Marshall Dennis, aye.
Chris Bocconi, aye.
Ann O'Connor, aye.
So,
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, everybody.
no, thank you. Appreciate it. And, we'll see you next year.
Thanks very
I
much,
did-
everybody.
Okay.
We appreciate
Are you all set, Fred? Did you want to say anything? Or?
No, we're
You good
we're
with-
good. Yeah. I
Okay.
just wanted to listen in to see what was going on.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate
Oh, you're
all your
most
time.
welcome. Yep.
All right. Take care.
You too.
Take care, everybody. Thank you.
Lorraine, it said no guests or visitors on the agenda.
What?
It said no guests or visitors.
Your turn.
In an open meeting?
All right, well, that's, all right, so that really is the full agenda for tonight's meeting. What
I
else is up?
I have some questions and about the river project, if you have time.
Well,
If you, if
we-
it's your time.
you know, we've got the time if you've got the beer. No, I mean,
I do. Tequila is better.
okay, well, all right. We're having a little bit of difficulty sometimes with your audio. So,
Okay.
all right, what's the question?
I'm going to stop the video and keep it to audio.
Okay, fine.
Switch it out. Okay.
And if you see me go like this, it means we can't hear you for some reason. So maybe just pause for a moment. But right now you sound good.
Okay, very good. Myself into when I accepted the responsibility of this project because it's ballooning daily. There's a lot of community support for it, which is good.
I'm sorry, for what? Start again.
The riverfront, the River Street, riparian zone.
Yep, okay,
community.
yep,
So I'm looking at I've pulled up two forms, the Form 3, Notice of Intent,
yep.
and the other one,
I think we're waiting.
the Ecological Restoration.
Yep,
What?
yep, yep.
Let Gary in.
No, I know what you're saying.
You can hear me?
Hmm.
Gary wants you to let him in.
You know,
What do you want?
Because I thought it might be easier for you.
No, anyway, so
Never mind.
there's Gary. All right, good. Can I convert? I can hear you. Can I? Turn it on. Can you hear me now? Oh, no.
oh, yes, we can.
So two forms.
Yeah.
Appendix A, ecological restoration,
Yeah,
correct? Because I'm going to apply for this as an ecological restoration because of there's an item citing invasive removal. Is that the right approach?
I'm not sure. Because based on my site visit, the only invasives, there are maybe some glossy buckthorn and multiflora rose, but beyond that, most of it was
Japanese,
alder, which is not invasive. So I'm not sure. If, you know, the ecological restoration would carry the day.
if I lost you.
Is someone playing the
Not
piano?
have to make out an extra form. And I was going through the limited project. It's a limited
Yeah.
project?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had to say what kind of project. So I had to say what kind of project.
Yeah, you know, I really think the best thing for you and I to do is to have a telephone conversation where I have the information in front of me
Yep.
And can then advise what I think is the best way to go to accomplish what your goals and objectives are.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna make a PDF of the Word doc so I can comment. I'll
Okay.
I'll fill in what I can.
Yeah.
When I have a question, I'll just put that in a comment.
Yeah, that's fine. Just, you know, I think there's a way around this. It's just that I'm not sure the ecological restoration, you know, it's not necessarily what that's intended for.
Good. It's one less form I have to fill out.
And plus the ecological restoration, you know, you have to
Okay.
the ecological restoration, you have to put a public notice through MIPA. I don't think you want to do that.
I saw that, and that's why I'm just as happy to not have to do that.
Well,
Because
I mean, they have to do that for the lake treatments and stuff like that, which I think is dumb, but you know, that's my personal opinion. But I mean, if it's something that you don't want to go through that.
okay, that's good. I'll do that.
I think there's a way of, you know,
I'll just go
arranging it,
through
so
what
to
I
speak.
can.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I've spoken to the grandson of, well, I'm not sure of the family association, but this is the grandson of the man. I know it's called the Bresnahan Center, but he referred to them as the Briggs family, but their family relationships, I don't understand. But he was in New York now. He's very excited about helping us do this. He owns a land. His name is Kim Nelson. He owns a landscaping company. His grandparents used to live in the bed and breakfast right there on the corner. And his grandfather used to keep that area maintained. He said there's an old road that goes behind the bed and breakfast all the way up to the top of the pond, you know, where it goes from stream to.
Yeah, I think that's true.
And I wasn't aware. So this is going to be a multi-year project, obviously. And I don't want to go through all of this if it's just to go in there one time, clean out the weeds and have them grow right back in. So I'm going to try to stage this for someone else to pick up and have a maintenance program too.
Mhm. Well, I mean, once he,
you know, what's the point of clearing it?
no, agreed.
He was talking about Roundup, and I said I wasn't thinking about Roundup.
You know,
But
sometimes it's the only way to go.
I know it's not really up to me. I don't get to say. I'm just the gopher in the project here and trying to get something working. He's licensed to do that. So if we decide to take that route. So I might provide that as an option.
Yeah, that's fine. A friend of mine is a licensed applicator.
He said there is poison ivy in there too. Maybe we couldn't see it, but it's there,
I'm sure.
which means we can't burn.
That you're gonna have to bag. I mean, getting poison ivy in your lungs is not, you know.
Or if there's not too much, I mean, why not just mulch it? I mulch it at my property, or even some of the other stuff that you're proposing to burn. Is there enough space to just kind of put some mulch piles, brush piles to leave to rot? Or
I did make that suggestion. I said, how about if we just take the really, I know it's bad, the really bad stuff, and we take and we put it in piles and we cover it so that it kills and rots. And he said there's a germination inhibitor. They can spray this stuff.
You can,
And the seeds won't germinate. It's not Roundup. It was something.
well, if you cover it with black plastic, it's not going to germinate anyway.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Well, if you have a brush pile, if you cut it before things flower and fruit, there's no seeds to germinate except the ones in the soil that you're covering with the brush pile. So
That's true.
you just make sure you cut when they haven't fruited, and
Yeah.
you should be fine.
Okay,
You don't have to worry about seed germination.
that's true.
Lorraine, I think that you and I will just need to, get online and talk about, with
Well,
all the
basically that
information.
was it.
She's not saying anything.
I'm not speaking.
Now we hear you. Now we hear you.
I wasn't speaking.
Oh.
I was listening,
Say, okay.
and Marshall had paused, so I was listening.
Well, I was hearing ringing in my ears.
I turned my phone on.
Okay. Well,
I'm still hearing
you.
That is bizarre, isn't it?
It's my voice. Yes. I'm a little bird. Really? Are you being facetious?
Say,
Now you're back. We can hear you now.
Okay, well, that's good. I won't. Okay, well, that's good. I'll leave it at this for now. I will send you a PDF so you'll know what I'll be asking and what information I need, and we'll go from there.
Okay, that's fine. And,
Thanks for
you
letting
know,
me off the hook with that other form, because I think that was 11 pages long or something.
yeah, no, it's not it's not the way to go.
Okay, good. Good to know. Thank you. That's it.
Hi. Okay. Let me just, if we're kind of done with that issue, we'll talk offline. Yeah. Just to bring you up to date with other info. As the municipal vulnerability preparedness core team leader, I have coordinated with Para Corporation, who is the MVP provider under contract to the town. And we've prepared a kind of master invitation list of stakeholders for the upcoming work sessions. There's going to be 2 4-hour work sessions. PAR will be sending those out to everybody on the list, yourselves included. A lot of people probably will opt out, but hopefully we'll get a reasonable, cross section of folks to participate. They're it's scheduled for the February 25th and March 3rd from 8:30 to 12:30 a.m. So hopefully you can make yourselves available during those periods. You know, if you're not specifically invited, doesn't mean you can't show up. It's going to be a townwide thing, and you know, whoever's there is there. So, not having done this, I have no idea. I mean, I'm assuming PAR is going to take the lead and orchestrate the, you know, be master of ceremonies on this, but I don't know.
Marshall, are these considered just general public forums, or are they specific?
No.
We're talking to just these commission groups. Is it like a targeted thing, or is it a general public?
It is
forum?
targeted. It's targeted at the list of stakeholders to whom invitations will be sent.
Okay.
And if you're not on the invite list, you know, say la vie. But, you know, for example, I mean, it's like, will there be representatives from the commission? Yes. Will there be representatives from open space? Yeah. Planning board? Yes. You know, all the other groups. And if you're not included as a representative of whatever agency you're on, don't feel bad. Just know that, you know, there are other parties that are representing your group. Because if it gets too large, it becomes unwieldy. So, I mean, we're looking at, I gave them a list of, at the end of the day, 40 some odd people. And I've been coordinating this also with Hillary King, who's the Central Regional MVP coordinator. So I think we're at a point now where the invitations will be sent, and I'll wait to hear back who's going to be there. So that's where we're at.
Did you say you already sent out invitations or?
No, that's going to be up to PAR Corporation. I've sent them the list. They've agreed with the supplemented list that I prepared over the weekend. And now they're, I think, in the process of preparing the invitations. And we'll send them out. I think by the end of the week.
I did. I said thank you.
So that's all I've got.
Something we can do to prepare for that.
Yeah, I mean, if you go on the state's MVP resilient.org, I think, or the municipal vulnerability preparedness websites, there's a ton of stuff of info and what they're looking for and how it's done. It's kind of like a brainstorming exercise. You know, what are the issues? How do you solve them? Or at least how do you address them? So, I mean, in our case, you know, dams are a big problem. Flooding, undersized culverts, you know, a ton of stuff. So, ice storms, a la 2008. You know, all those things.
Marshall, you mentioned culverts, which reminded me, I sent an email that I got a report in 2019 from Nashville River Watershed. They had gone around town and did an assessment of culverts. Would anybody want that report? It's not all of our culverts.
I went online and looked at that.
Okay.
And
Steve Nims did get a copy too.
Was it an actual report or was it just a database?
little bit of both. I mean, there's a little paragraph description, I think, of each culvert they assessed, but,
Oh, I didn't see, all I saw was like an Excel file
okay. So I
that,
can,
that, was 3 miles wide.
my guess is, Parkour is gonna end up doing the same thing anyways with professional engineers. And
I really
Yeah.
think they're gonna be relying on our local input. I mean, they don't know the
Okay.
town.
Maybe I'll mail it to you then.
Why don't you do
Okay.
that? Because I did look at that site that you were referencing. But, a lot of their estimates, like bankful width, et cetera, they were all kind of gross estimates.
Yeah. Or
Um,
I'll stick it in your mailbox. I drive by your
that's-
house the way
yeah.
it works. I'll just.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
All right.
Okay, that'd be great. So anyway, from the core team, we have police, fire, Brian, the town administrator, and Randy Williams from DPW, plus me. And so anyway. And I will say that the Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs recently released an RFR for grants, state grants for dam removals. So Brian and I and probably others are trying to determine whether or not it's an appropriate time to apply for something like that. I don't know, because I don't know what the status of the Whitney Pond Dam removal single EIR is that PAR is allegedly preparing. So who knows? Anyway, the sooner we can get this in.
Find out at your meeting. Will you find that out?
I sent a letter to PAR. An email to PAR saying,
as you
what's the status?
start The MVP process, will they share that with you?
You're not coming through. Okay, whatever. So folks, I am not really saying anything. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to quote you. All right. Is there anything else, or are we essentially done here? I've updated you where we are. I'll keep you posted regarding the MVP process. Lorraine, you and I will talk offline about the Bresnahan site.
Looks like Lorraine has one last question in the chat box.
Are you? Oh, the open space?
Yes.
Yeah.
16.
Yep.
Okay.
I can't wait to take notes. Okay. All right then. Anything else?
I feel like everybody's looking at you.
All right, I can't think of anything either. So with that, I'll make a motion to adjourn at, I've got 7:15, I don't know.
Second,
All those in favor? Marshall Dennis, aye.
Dan O'Connor, aye.
Chris McConey, aye. Sorry about that.
It's all right. Aye. I think we're done. Okay, folks,
Thank you.
thanks for coming. I am going to push the magic button now and see you all next time.